Jeff the Killer is one of the most disturbing and iconic horror legends ever created on the internet. For over a decade, his pale face and carved smile have haunted forums, YouTube videos, and creepypasta websites. But what makes Jeff so terrifying isn't just the image, it's the story behind it. The legend first appeared in the early 2000s when a strange, heavily edited photo began circulating online. The image showed a ghostly white face with pitch-black eyes and a stretched, unnatural smile. People claimed it was cursed. Others believed it was real. Soon after, a full story emerged, giving birth to one of the internet's most infamous killers. According to the original legend, Jeff was an ordinary teenage boy who had just moved into a new neighborhood with his parents and younger brother. At first, everything seemed normal. But not long after settling in, Jeff and his brother encountered a group of violent local bullies. What started as harassment quickly turned into physical attacks. One night, the confrontation escalated badly. The bullies ambushed Jeff, and during the fight, things spiraled out of control. In some versions of the story, Jeff defends himself brutally, showing signs of a darker side even before his transformation. But the most disturbing part was yet to come. Seeking revenge, the bullies later attacked Jeff again. This time, they brought bleach and alcohol. During the violent assault, they poured the chemicals over him and set him on fire. Jeff was rushed to the hospital, barely alive, his body severely burned. Doctors managed to save him, but the damage was extreme. Weeks later, when the bandages finally came off, Jeff looked completely different. His skin had turned unnaturally pale, almost white. His hair had fallen out and grown back dark. His lips were badly burned, exposing what looked like a permanent grin. But the most horrifying detail was his eyes. Unable to fully close them after the damage, Jeff appeared to be staring forever. When Jeff saw his reflection for the first time, something inside him snapped. Instead of feeling fear or sadness, he began to laugh. He claimed he finally felt free. The trauma, the pain, and the humiliation had broken something in his mind. That night, Jeff's behavior became unstable. According to the legend, he started hearing voices. He couldn't sleep. He felt an overwhelming urge to hurt someone. Eventually, that urge became uncontrollable. In a chilling moment that defined the entire creepypasta, Jeff carved a permanent smile into his own face so he would always look happy. He then burned away his eyelids so he would never have to sleep again. The next part of the story is what made Jeff the Killer truly legendary. One night, driven completely insane, Jeff entered his parents' bedroom while they were asleep. He stood over them in the darkness and whispered his now famous words, "Go to sleep." Moments later, he murdered them. When his brother woke up and tried to stop him, Jeff turned on him as well. After that night, Jeff disappeared into the darkness, becoming a wandering killer who breaks into homes at night, watches his victims while they sleep, and whispers those same two words before attacking. But here's where things get interesting. Many internet users began investigating the origin of the image itself. Some believed the photo was connected to a real crime. Others claimed it was just a heavily edited picture that spiraled out of control. Over time, researchers traced the image back to early online forums where users often created disturbing edits as shock content. There has never been any confirmed real-life case connected to Jeff the Killer. No police reports. No real murders tied to the legend. This strongly suggests that Jeff is purely fictional, a product of internet horror culture. However, the psychological aspect of the story is what makes it feel real. Jeff's transformation reflects themes of bullying, trauma, mental breakdown, and identity loss. The idea that someone could be pushed so far that they snap is something that exists in real life. While Jeff himself may not be real, the emotions behind the story are very human. That's what makes the legend so powerful and so disturbing. Over the years, Jeff the Killer has evolved beyond just a creepypasta. He has inspired short films, fan art, video games, and countless YouTube documentaries. His face remains one of the most recognizable horror images on the internet. Even today, new generations continue to discover the story and debate whether there is more to it than just fiction. So is Jeff the Killer real? The evidence says no. There is no verified proof that he ever existed. But as long as people continue telling the story, as long as the pale smiling face keeps appearing in the darkest corners of the internet, the legend will survive. And maybe that's what makes it truly terrifying. Because sometimes, the most powerful monsters aren't real. They're the ones we create.